Hello, sports fans, and welcome to a special Browns preseason pregame show here on Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Troller, and we'll break down tonight's Browns game, which is already underway. And the Browns are up 3-2 in the second quarter. We'll break it down, and I'll give my thoughts. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. It is a Browns trivia question. Who was the first head coach of the new Browns? I will have the answer later on the broadcast. Well, the Browns are playing the Detroit Lions right now at First Energy Stadium, and do not expect to see Baker Mayfield or any of the Browns starters in the game tonight against the Lions. But Freddie Kitchens hasn't made his final decision of who will start at quarterback, and so we'll find out who that is. I think it's Garrett Miller again. I'm not sure. I'll let you know. Now, Freddie Kitchens is eager to watch wide receiver Braxton Miller against the Lions. Kitchens is very intrigued by the wide receiver, and he really wants to watch and see if Miller can seize a spot on the 53-man roster on Saturday. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play on Thursday, Kitchens said on Tuesday. I am looking forward to seeing a bunch of these guys play. The funny thing is about competition is you are either exposed or you get exposure. Competition brings that to the forefront when you start talking about a preseason game. That is the ultimate competition. Excuse me. Kitchens believes Miller still has some of the special running ability that was on display as a quarterback at Ohio State, and that is absolutely true. And I remember watching him play when he played with Ohio State last year, and he really did put up some big numbers. He seems like it, he said. He's almost pulled through one night on a shallow. We wanted to get the ball in his hands a couple of times. Miller signed by the Browns as a free agent after he was waived by the Eagles. Played against the Bucks 2 days later and caught both passes thrown his way for 11 yards, despite not knowing the offense or his teammates yet. He's picking it up. He's picking up the offense, said Kitchens. That tells you a little bit about his learning ability. We will see if we can put him in some positions to make some plays Thursday night. He is doing well, though, and that is and Kitchens likes what he's been seeing. Miller's chances to make the team increased considerably on Monday when the Browns waived Jalen Strong, who had a poor outing in Tampa, catching only 2 of 7 passes thrown his way and having one picked off. And this was not a good night for Jalen Strong. I think it was a good move to waive him. It wasn't being fictitious when I said that no position on the field played the other night, Kitchens said. That position was one of them. They are definitely going to get work to see if they can perform better than they did last week, and they're getting that right now. Jalen had a good camp. It was just a decision we decided to make, and I think it was a good decision. But even though he had a good training camp, I think it was good that they waived him, because he had a chance to make the team, but I think his chances were slim and none. So, but I wish Jalen Strong the best. He had a good camp and he put up a lot of numbers, but I think it was just a decision the Browns had to make. Will the Browns try Miller as a returner this game? If he can return punts or kicks, it will it will increase his chances of making the team. We don't know that yet. Kitchens said, we've talked about it. We haven't decided. We have some other guys we want to see back there too. Miller's speed, he ran 4.5 in the 40 at the NFL Combine, and is also a tremendous asset, especially with the speedy Antonio Callaway, who was suspended for the first 4 games of the regular season, which begins for the Browns on Sunday, September 8th. Callaway's suspension also gives the Browns a chance to evaluate Miller for a month and see if he can contribute. Yeah, we are always looking to upgrade in any area, whether it be ball skills, speed, or any kind of quality that a receiver may have, said Kitchens. Kitchens will also get a chance to watch wide receiver Damon Ratley play Thursday night. Now that he'd back a hamstring injury that cost him most of training camp, and so hopefully he can have a good outing tonight. We'll see. The Browns have lobbied the NFL to let Kareem Hunt remain with the club during his upcoming 8-game suspension, but it's not known if the league will make an exception to the personal conduct policy. That is made public yet. That hasn't made public yet. So that all has to go through the league office, Kitchens said. We are not privy to answering questions for them, at least as of right now. So we'll have to wait and see if they can answer questions a little bit later before the season starts. Antonio Callaway, on the other hand, is allowed to be at the facility and attend meetings and other team functions under the substance abuse policy, but not play in the games during the 4-game suspension. Despite Kitchens lumping Baker Mayfield with all the other things that went wrong on offense in Tampa, he's not worried about him rebounding very quickly. And I'm not worried about Baker Mayfield either. He's going to rebound very quickly. I have total confidence he is going to be okay, Kitchens said. As for how Mayfield has improved this season, he said Baker is sustained better at reading coverages, disappearing blitzes, and fixing protections. Kitchens was asked if Greedy Williams, the number 46 the number 46 pick in this year's draft, has platered given that he's behind the veteran. I hope not, Kitchens said. We're not planning on him platering anytime soon. Hopefully, he has his head down and he is trying to get better. Sometimes you only judge what you see as far as playing the ball, and I think Greedy is going to get better. And Kitchens said. Kitchens acknowledged how hard it is to cut almost half the roster on Saturday, and it is very difficult, he said. It is one of the most difficult things to do as a coach. I know as a position coach, it was the hardest thing to do because these guys are invested in making a team. They are invested in you as a person. If you want to get them the way you want them to be, because you are asking them to do tough things and hard things, and they are buying into it. It's definitely hard. It's one of the hardest parts of our business. Kitchens said he and John Dorsey will personally notify players of their release. and that will be on Saturday. They will hear from the top two. Their position coaches will talk to them as well, but I will not hide in a room if that's what you are asking, and that's exactly what Kitchen said. He understands the time and commitment, but they've committed to us for a while, and some of them are going on 4 months, and I think we can fit in to commit them. And you can be sure a lot of jobs, at least 6 of the jobs for the Browns players looking to make the team, are on the job tonight. We'll get back to more talking about the Browns in just a sec. But right now it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Browns preseason trivia question. Who was the first head coach of the new Browns? And if you said Chris Palmer, you are correct. Palmer was an offensive-minded coach. He was canned after 2 dismal seasons with the Browns. After leading the team to a 5-27 record, and then replaced by Butch Davis. He in 2003 was the offensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, and that is Chris Palmer. And I have another trivia question on my next broadcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, I mentioned that 6 Browns players' jobs are on the line tonight for the ones who are looking to make the team. And I really think it's going to be tough because there's going to be cuts made on Saturday. So these guys really want to show their stuff if they want to make the 53-man roster, because these cuts, which will put the Browns down to a 53-man roster, will be done on Saturday. But I do feel that the Browns should hold on to Braxton Miller, and he should make the team. And some things to watch for. Look for the Lions secondary to really have a big night, really keep the Browns from scoring and really try to keep the Browns out of the game. But look for the Browns secondary to really put pressure on the Lions secondary, and look for the offense and the defense of both teams to really butt heads in tonight's game and really put big time pressure on the Lions for the Browns and the Browns for the Lions. And the Browns are up 3-2 right now in the second quarter. And we'll see what happens with this game tonight. And, well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Browns pregame show. I'll have a Browns preseason postgame show once the Browns game has concluded, the Browns-Lions game. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. Enjoy the game, everybody. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.